90 Day Fiance star Emily on motherhood, body shaming, and finding peace this year. When viewers first met 90 Day Fiance star Emily Bieberly, she was navigating love across borders, cultural differences, and the high-pressure ticking clock of the K-1 visa process. But long after the cameras dimmed and the tell-alls wrapped, Emily found herself facing a far more personal journey, one that had nothing to do with international romance and everything to do with motherhood, body image, and rediscovering her peace. This year, Emily says, has been less about proving anything to the world and more about reclaiming herself. A different kind of spotlight. Reality television can be ruthless. On 90 Day Fiancé, emotions are amplified, edits are tight, and every glance, tear, or argument can become a trending topic overnight. For Emily, becoming a recognizable face meant opening the door not just to fans, but to critics. People think they know you, she once reflected in an interview, but they only know the version they saw in a few episodes. Social media intensified that spotlight. Comments ranged from supportive and kind to sharply judgmental, but nothing hit harder than the criticism surrounding her body, particularly after becoming a mother. Motherhood changes everything. Motherhood transformed Emily in ways she never anticipated. Welcoming her child with husband Kobe Blaze brought joy, exhaustion, and a deep shift in priorities. Nights blurred into mornings. The glam routines of reality TV gave way to diaper changes, feedings, and quiet rocking chair moments. I stopped recognizing my body at first, Emily admitted candidly, not because it was worse, but because it was different. Pregnancy, childbirth, and postpartum recovery reshaped her physically and emotionally. Stretch marks told stories, softer curves reflected the miracle her body had carried. But in a culture that often demands women bounce back, Emily felt the weight of expectation. Instead of celebrating the life she brought into the world, strangers online fixated on her appearance. The sting of body shaming. The body shaming comments weren't subtle. Some questioned her fitness, others compared before and after photos. A few went so far as to claim motherhood was an excuse. Emily initially tried to brush it off. It's just trolls, she told herself. But words accumulate. Scrolling late at night, when the house was quiet and self-doubt is loudest, she found herself internalizing messages she knew were unfair. I'd think, maybe I should look different, maybe I should be doing more. The pressure to maintain a certain image, especially as a woman on television, can feel relentless. But Emily reached a turning point. I realized my body created life. Why was I letting strangers make me feel ashamed of that? Choosing compassion over criticism. Rather than respond with anger, Emily began responding with honesty. She posted unfiltered photos. She spoke openly about postpartum recovery. She discussed the emotional roller coaster that often follows childbirth but isn't always shown on Instagram. In doing so, she noticed something powerful: vulnerability invited connection. Women flooded her comments with gratitude. Mothers shared similar experiences, stretch marks, insecurities, late-night tears. What began as a defense against criticism evolved into a quiet movement of solidarity. Emily wasn't just defending herself anymore. She was helping normalize real bodies and real stories. Redefining beauty on her own terms. This year marked a shift in how Emily defines beauty. Beauty, she says now, is not a dress size. It's not filtered selfies. It's not approval from strangers. Beauty is strength. It's the patience required to soothe a crying baby at 3 a.m. It's resilience after sleepless nights. It's choosing kindness in a world quick to judge. She began prioritizing health not as punishment, but as self-care. Walks in the fresh air, balanced meals without obsession, moving her body because it feels good, not because someone demanded it. There's a difference between wanting to feel strong and feeling like you have to shrink yourself, Emily explained. For the first time in a long while, she felt free from the constant need to explain or justify her appearance. Marriage, growth, and partnership. Emily credits much of her grounding to her relationship with Kobe. Their love story, which unfolded publicly on 90 Day Fiancé, wasn't without its challenges. Cultural differences, family dynamics, and financial stress tested them early on. But parenthood strengthened their partnership. Kobe sees me, Emily has shared. Not the edited version, not the online comments, just me. Support at home made it easier to silence outside noise. When your partner reminds you daily that you're beautiful, capable, and doing your best, it becomes harder to believe strangers who say otherwise. Together, They've focused on building stability and peace, not perfection. The power of stepping back. Another major shift this year? Boundaries. Emily began limiting her time on social media, not disappearing entirely, but engaging intentionally. She curated her digital space, unfollowing accounts that triggered comparison and following those that inspired growth. Peace is a choice, she says now, and sometimes the choice looks like logging off. She also learned the art of not responding. Not every comment deserves energy. Not every critique requires defense. Silence, she discovered, can be powerful. Embracing imperfection. Perhaps the most liberating lesson of the year has been embracing imperfection. Reality TV often magnifies flaws, but real life, Emily realized, is beautifully imperfect. Toys scattered across the living room, hair thrown into messy buns, laundry that waits an extra day. Instead of striving for a polished image, she began embracing authenticity. Motherhood isn't glamorous, it's raw, it's unpredictable, it's humbling, and it's transformative. I don't need to be the perfect mom or the perfect body, she's expressed, I just need to be present. That mindset shift changed everything. Turning pain into purpose. Body shaming once felt isolating, now, it fuels purpose. Emily has become increasingly vocal about postpartum mental health and body positivity. She acknowledges that not everyone has a supportive environment or public platform, and that awareness drives her to use her voice thoughtfully. I don't want my child growing up thinking their worth is tied to appearance, she said. Breaking cycles of insecurity begins at home. By modeling self-acceptance, she hopes to raise a child confident in their own skin. Finding peace in the present. Peace didn't arrive overnight. It was built slowly, through reflection, therapy, conversations, and small daily decisions. It's found in morning coffee before the house wakes up, in laughter shared with Kobe, in the quiet pride of watching her child reach new milestones. Emily no longer measures her year by public opinion or TV ratings, she measures it by growth. And growth, she's realized, isn't always visible. Sometimes it's internal, like learning not to flinch at criticism, or choosing gratitude over comparison. A message to women everywhere. If there's one message Emily hopes resonates, it's this: your body is not public property. Not because you've been on television. Not because you've had a baby. Not because you share your life online. Women deserve grace, especially during seasons of transformation. Motherhood is not a before and after comparison, it's an evolution. And Emily's evolution this year has been profound. Looking ahead.